Hi, my name is Brian Hartzog, and I'm here today to show you how to record your very first Word macro. If you like what you learn in this video, I hope you'll stop by my website, wordmacroclass.com, where you can sign up for the mailing list, hopefully, and pick up some more tips and tricks just like this one. All right, I'm first going to set up my Word environment here the way I like to have it set up. If you'll notice, I don't have a developer toolbar yet. I guess they call this the ribbon. I don't know why. But yeah, there's no developer tab here. So let's set that up first. I'm using Word 2003. If this differs from a later version of Word that you're using, it will differ only slightly. And I may even throw in some screenshots to help you out, but it should be very straightforward no matter what version of Word you're using. So I'm going to do Word options here after clicking the button. And in my version of Word, you see it says a Show Developer tab in the ribbon, so I'm going to select that. And this will give us access to this Developer tab, which you notice we did not have before. So we'll select Developer, and you can see now you can have access to the Record button and to the Macros button. But I like to go one step further when I set up a laptop or whatever for my version of Word. I like to add something to, you can see I already customized this quick access toolbar here a little bit. But the buttons I like to add up there for macros, I will do now. I like to add the Record button and just a button to view the macros. This helps me work a little bit faster. So I'm going to click this Office button again. I'm going to go to Word Options. And I'm going to go to Customize. And you'll notice here on the left, these are a bunch of Word commands. And if we click Add, it will add them to our Quick Access toolbar here on the right. I like to go to All Commands. This gives you all the Word commands available. And we'll scroll down to Record since we want to add the Record macro button. So, go too far here. Record macro. You see this one just brings up the Record button. I like to do this one, Record Stop Recorder. That way you can just click one button to record or stop recording a macro from that toolbar. And then the other one I'm going to add is the View Macros button. Under View, there it is, View Macros. So we've added these two buttons. Let's just move them up a little bit higher and put them next to each other. Click OK. You can see now they're added up here. So if I click Record Macros, it brings up this record screen the same way as if I hit Record Macros up here. And View Macros here gives our list of macros the same way this does. Okay, just basically giving us access to these features from two different ways in Word. And basically now Word's set up the way I like to have it set up. And let's record our first macro. Okay, so what I'd like to do is give you this first short macro that will I like to use whenever I'm working on a document and there's a I have a question or I know there's a place. I need to mark this place to come back to later to fill in some more information. I like to put in 5 blue question marks at that spot, and then later it makes it easier to find that spot to add in my information later. So let's just create us a sample document here. This is a sample sentence. I'm going to just repeat this a few times. Right. This is our sample document. All right. So let's say that there is a spot here that I know I need to, go ask somebody about some information. I'm writing this document. I need to go ask somebody about this later, but I just want to keep writing for now. So I'm going to mark this spot in the document. So let's put in our question marks. So we'll do this with a macro so that we can, anytime we have a question, we can just mark it very quickly by running the macro. So let's record this macro. So we'll either click this Record button or this one, same one. Click Record. The first thing it's prompting you to do is give it a name. So let's say Insert Question Marks. You can see here we can go ahead and assign it to a hotkey. Let's do that for now. I am going to, in this screen, select the hotkeys that I want to use. I like to use the Alt key when assigning macros. So Alt and another character. So for this macro, I'm going to choose Alt and the question mark. Whoop. I'm going to have to select in this cell first. Alt and question mark. I actually didn't press the shift key. You know, question mark, you have to do shift and the question mark key. I just did alt and that key that the question mark is on, which is a slash. That's how you can assign any hotkey, but that's just the one I like to do. You can see it's saving our changes in our template. That's the normal template. That's the one that open all the time. And we click assign. Close. Now, we're in recording mode. You can tell because our record button is changed to a stop in both places here. So we're actually recording. Our mouse movements are not recorded, but our keystrokes are. So let's type in our question marks. First, let's change the font to blue. Okay. We type in our question marks. I do 5 usually. And then I'll tell you what, let's change it back to automatic, which is black, and press a space. That way, if we type in any sentence after this, it will be in black font. And click stop recording. Okay, so we can go and look at the macro. We click the view macros button, and we can see we have a macro recorded. If you click edit, you can actually see the code in the environment, in the VBA environment, Visual Basic environment. But we don't even have to mess with that now because we just want to test it. So let's select down here and run the macro. We can run it with our hotkey or with just clicking the view macros button and clicking run, and you see it inserted the question marks. So this is where our hotkey really comes in handy. If you just do alt question mark, when you have a question, you can really zip along. And because this macro is in our normal template, it's available to us all the time. This is a great way to just put a marker here without having to type a comment, and just leaving yourself a mental note in these areas. To come back to these later, all you have to do is do a find. I press Control F for that, and you can of course find your 5 question marks, or your 5. You can format and find blue question marks, even if you want to be specific. And you find them, and it'll take you to that place in the document, and you can use these find buttons to zip through all your questions. See? So this is one way to work a little bit faster, and you start to add a lot of these little tricks to your arsenal, and before you know it, you're really 3, 4, or 5 times faster than someone else who doesn't use them. So there you have it. You've recorded your first word macro. I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to learn more tricks like this, stop by my website, wordmacroclass.com. Sign up for the mailing list, or check out any of the training classes I like. If you have a question about Word that you want answered, make sure to send me an email, and find my address on that website, wordmacroclass.com. Thanks a lot. See ya.